called Hiza Guruma, and it's a really low risk takedown to try on a person, and I really like it because it's pretty surprising, and I feel like it's kind of easier to use on jiu-jitsu people. All right, the mechanics of it work like this. I'm just going to start with conventional grips. We'll just go over it in a very basic form. I have a grip on the collar right here, right about where his collarbone is, and I like to have a grip right next to his elbow here. Okay. And now what I'm going to be doing is stepping out of the way like this, and then I'm going to block his knee, and I'm going to be rotating him like I'm turning like a big like truck steering wheel. Okay, and I'm going to wheel him over his knee right here using my arms. Okay, I'm going to go through it like this. So the main way to get this working is to make sure you're stepping out of your opponent's way, just like you would a collar drag, right? You don't collar drag them directly into your body. You move, you make a little landing space for him. See this like void right here? We're at this angle, and then my hand in the collar is pulling him out, and then my elbow grip behind his back is driving him forward like this. So I'm doing like this here. And then the only way he's going to stop this from happening is by taking a step and keeping balance with this leg. Okay, so if you watch me do this without any grips, you'll notice this foot is going to keep balance. So if I go, he's going to walk in that direction. But if I can step out, block that foot, see I'm blocking like right at the knee, and then continue making this force that rotates him in this direction long enough for him to tip over this balance point, he's going to go to his back. Okay? So I want you to grab your partner, get a normal grip on the collarbone, get a grip right on the elbow, and watch my feet here, just the legs. I'm going to step out, but in a way that allows me to face my hips towards you guys. So I don't just step like this. See how my toes are pointing towards the cubbies? Because when I go to rotate, it's like I'm heel hooking myself and I can't get my foot in position. When I take that step, I turn my foot a little bit, like more towards the doors over here. And now when I put my weight in that foot, I can easily block and move out of the way, and I'm in a good position to use my arms. Okay? So I step, one, I start to turn, and I block here with the bottom of my foot. Boom. Just like that, okay? And practice it lightly, like I was just doing, like just tap the knee. And then as you get really comfortable, put a little bit more force into it, okay? And try to get your partner to lose their balance a little bit like this here. Okay, so he's stumbling. And then when you feel really comfortable, you can rotate them all the way to their back. Okay, it doesn't have to be like a big, like beefy drop. It can be like kind of a stumble, okay, where they fall down. All right, we're just gonna do this for a little bit, and I'm gonna watch you guys, and then I'm gonna give you a little bit more details to think about. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. On this side. Just like that. Okay, question?
What is the name of this again?
It's called Hiza Guruma, okay, knee wheel. So it's me blocking his knee, and then wheeling his upper body over with the grip on the collar and the grip on his elbow. Okay? You guys got it? Okay. Start off light. I just want to see you guys doing this. Step, block, rotate. Boom. Just try that at first. Here. Practice getting out of the way and turning that big truck tire and blocking his knee. Okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Detail for the mechanics of this. When I'm trying to rotate him, try not to let this arm come up too high, because I'm kind of winging his arm up like this, and I don't have any force driving him forward. So when I'm about to do this, I try, as I'm stepping, to close his elbow close to his body. And that way, just freeze right here. That way, when I push, I'm actually pushing his arm along his back, and this is allowing me to push him over that plane, over his foot, okay? And I can't do that if I open this really wide. He's gonna stay super stable, and this isn't gonna push him very effectively. So it's like I'm grabbing below the elbow, and I'm driving this along his ribs, and then along his back, like right here, okay? And you can see from this point, like his arm is gonna be like it's gonna push into his shoulders and it's gonna make him go forward, okay? So now when you guys are practicing it, right as you're stepping, close the elbow. You see, I'm just pushing the elbow inside. And make sure you don't have like a pocket grip, like we always make a pocket grip like this. This isn't very good for pushing his arm. It just controls the material wrapped around his arm. It doesn't actually control his arm very well. So I always try to grab along the seam right here, and then I take all the slack out of it. So it's like tight, like a rash guard. See that? So now when I move this, I can like put some force into his arm, and it actually controls his arm. Okay, I took all the slack out. I'm just working with my thumb, making sure it's grabbing his forearm really strong. And now as I turn, I bring his elbow in, and it'll be a lot of force driving him like this, okay? So when you step in, I make that nice angle. I have a strong grip on his sleeve, push his elbow in, and then start to push it kind of behind his back, like along his spine, okay? And you're gonna find it's gonna feel a lot stronger, okay? Any questions? Yes.
Can I see just times movement?
Yeah, sure. The movement is, the way that I set it up with movement is I circle this way. So I go this way. See how this leg wants to step whenever I circle this way? So I'll start walking this way. See, he's stepping, following me, and then I'll block the foot. Yes?
So is it kind of like when you're kind of pussy, you're like catching his legs together?
That's not the way I think about it. I think about it like if we're moving in this direction and he's stepping, right? I'm gonna do a sudden motion to make him have to like base that foot, right? So I think about like as soon as he steps, I make him base that foot, and then I stop it from continuing to keep his balance. So it's not like I'm catching it when it's light. It's like I'm making it heavy and unable to take another step while I roll his body over this fulcrum right here. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like if his foot was planted right here, he couldn't take another step. And I just started rolling him. Eventually he'll go over. And you have to be coordinated and be able to use your leg to do that. Okay, so it just takes a lot of practice being balanced right here and having a lot of power, standing up straight with your hips over your leg and being able to drive for a long time so that he'll actually tip over that point.
Sorry, one more thing.
Yes.
So I noticed is that you're saying vertical, you're not.
Yeah.
You're doing this.
Yeah, you don't want to bend over, because what it does is it pulls your hips really far away from what the goal is, which is to like block his leg. So if I go to try to like block his foot from here, I'm taking away all my tools and putting them back here because I'm being overly defensive. So if I'm winning the grip fight and I have like nice dominant grips, there's no reason I should be far away anymore. I should be really close and looking to like start to attack and keep my hips really close where they'll be useful. Okay, yes?
So when you're doing it live, is the turn actually sequentially before foot?
At what point do you block it?
Yeah, are you actually doing the turn before you hold the foot?
I do them at the same time, honestly. So I time it all like here at the same time. As I'm creating that force, my foot is just getting there like right at that moment to block it like that. So it's not like 1, 2, it's we're moving here. See, same time. Like that. Yes.
So if you don't get it like right away, it's okay to kind of sticky foot it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's, you guys should frame these takedowns like how you'd frame like a single leg. Like think about if you grab a single leg, you run the pipe, they kind of wobble a little bit. You don't just like, let it go, shake it off, right? You like kind of grind through and keep breaking their balance until they fall. It's the same with this. So say like I made him stumble like this, and I felt like he was gonna go over, but he wasn't quite gonna go over. I'll rush, and make sure he falls. You know, I'm not just gonna do the motion, hope that it's picture perfect, and then retreat. I'm gonna use it as like an initial off balance, and then chase down that if I can get it, or let him recover and do something else in the direction that he's recovering, okay? So if I'm doing this really hard, boom, it's not working, and he starts recovering, I'm gonna go into something else off of his recovery, right? He's going this way. I'm chasing it down. He starts to come back and put his weight in this leg, and I bring him in that direction, okay? It's not like you don't want to think about these as like one hitters. It's like a thing you chase down and you make into a sequence, okay? Like guard passing. You don't want to just long step. They push you out and you're like, all right, I guess I tried. You know, you keep chaining them, okay? Any other questions? So I want you guys to think about the arm. That's the initial point. Bring it in, put it behind their back, okay? 1, 2, 3.